everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Holly. If you are new around here, I do whip updates, talk about cross stitch, anything that is full coverage, non-full coverage, long dog samplers, anything that goes really, anything that takes my fancy. I am not beholden to any charting company or any company in particular. I just go for what I like. So I have an array of projects. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. This is January's video. January has been very, very busy indeed. I have tried my best to keep up with everything. However, it has been a little bit difficult because I've been so busy. If you have followed me on my journey for a while, you know that I've got a barn going up. I have an arena being installed, which has finished. My arena is done finally, and I'll pop some pictures at the end of this video for anyone who's interested. I'll do like a life update as well. It's been crazy, but crazy for good. So this month, the numbers that were called were, I believe, 22 and 9. 22 and 9, which means I needed to work on Resistance is Futile. I needed to do 1,000 stitches on that. I needed to do a day on Blue Rhapsody. I also needed to do 1,000 stitches on Bookshelf, which is number 9, and number 22. It came up twice, so 2,000 stitches on Bookshelf. I needed to do 500 stitches on A Stitch in Time, 500 stitches on the Enchanted Snowman, 1,000 stitches on Yellow Dahlia, and I needed to do 500 on Delightful Waltz. Now, I've got a feeling that I haven't actually added up the stitches that I did. So I put them all down, and I don't think I have added them up. So if you just give me 1 second, let me see. Right, let me see if I can, I'll add these up and then I'll come straight back to you. 1 sec. Right, okay, I've done that. That is all done. So let me go through, shall I do haul first? Let's do haul first. I haven't got a lot of haul. However, I have got my colours through for the Quaker Tiles UK Union Jack. Oops. This is the one that I am going to be at some point starting. I'm not too sure if I'm going to start this month, probably next month, because not only do I have to do my year's whip parade, or what do they call it? Yeah, it is a whip parade, isn't it? Yeah, whip parade. I have also got to to organise all my flosses, which I still haven't done. It's just the time has just been an absolute nightmare for me this month. I've just had so much going on, but you know, like I said, I'll let you know what I've been doing at the end of this video. So that is it basically. I've just got the floss through. So I'm doing this on, what am I doing it on? 32 count, 2/2 sparkle snow, and I bought the fabric from Wool Warehouse. Now I do have that. I just didn't bring it up. Everyone knows what 32 count looks like. But for this, for the grey, I'm doing it in number 2, which are Rose to Me. Is that what they are? Rose to Me. So I received these. These have come through now. So this is number 2. And then for the darker colour, this one here, I am doing number 312, which is this colour. So these are CXC threads. So these have all come through. And for the red colour, I'm trying to do this so it's not up. Is that upside down? That might have been upside down earlier, sorry. For the red colour, I'm doing 321, which looks actually quite bright in this light, but it's a little bit deeper than that. It's more of a, it's like a blood red, I want to say. It is deeper if you can see it you know, real time rather than on camera. And then the bits in between, excuse me, the bits in between these lines are 939, which is this colour. So it's going to be this colour with this colour with this colour and a bit of this colour thrown in. So that's my colours for this. Sea to Sea and Rose to Me. Now, I've massaged 2 horses today. And I don't know if anyone knows, but I'm allergic to horses. Even though my whole entire business is horses. I'm a sports massage therapist. I'm also in the early stages, actually. Well, I say early stages. I guess for the barn, I'm at early stages of building my barn to have a boarding facility. Now, I can do anything and everything with my horse all day long because my body has just built up an immunity to her. But if I ever go to a horse that I haven't seen before, I don't come up in hives. I just have runny nose, runny eyes, that kind of thing. So I've got a bit of a runny nose at the moment, so I apologise. I will try my best not to sniff. I promise you I will try not to sniff. There is nothing worse than watching a video if someone's constantly sniffing. So, with that said, I am going to get straight into my stitching because that is basically all I bought. And I think I mentioned that I bought it last month. So I technically haven't even had a haul this month. I haven't bought any more patterns. I've just received what I bought last month. Okay, so let's start with my first pattern. I'll tell you what, let's just start with what we've got here because it's going to be a lot easier to do it this way. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is, actually, hang on a minute. Am I going to show you this one? Yes, okay, let me just explain something. So, because my stitching has been kind of a little bit all over the place this month, what I did is when I got the second numbers for February, I put together a list of everything that I needed to do, everything that I needed to work on, and I also incorporated anything that is for February, but also anything that was supposed to be done for January that I didn't do. And although I have kind of started working on this, this project that I'm going to show you is actually for February's numbers, which is 3 and 24. I know this is going to sound really complicated, but I just wanted to make sure that for the month of February, I had everything included. That I did everything that I needed to do for February, but also anything I missed in January. So this is, I know this sounds really crazy, but this, I mean, I know I've got really small writing, but this is basically how I do it. So I put the month down. Now I've only started with the 25th because I'd already started. Let me see if I can get you. Maybe I didn't put it in this one. Maybe I did put it in a different book. I don't know. I've got 1,000,001 books going on. Oh, okay. So here we go. So, okay, I started doing this one here. And I've actually added to this. So this is the day. And this is the dates. And then this is what I work on. And this is what I do every single month. So every single month, when I know my numbers, I put down the days, the day of the week, and then I write down exactly what I'm going to be working on for that month. So because I had already done some for, what are we now? With February. Yeah, we are February. So because I had, let me try and explain this. How am I going to explain this properly? This is difficult to explain because, so anyway, what I decided to do is I needed to put together a plan from the day that I was doing it, if that makes sense. I thought, okay, well, let me put a plan together of everything that I need to work on. And I think that the day that I did it was the 24th. So I was doing all my planning for the 25th and onwards, so I could make sure that I had everything that I needed. So basically, this was telling me that on the 25th, 26th and 27th of January, I needed to work on Resistance is Futile. and then it's been crossed out. And then the 28th, 29th and 30th, I needed to work on Delightful Waltz. Now, as you can see, that hasn't been crossed out. However, what wasn't on, this is so confusing, what wasn't on January's is Rise of the Witches, because I only had to do 500 stitches of that in February, but I've crossed that out. So that is the reason why when I explained to you what my January Whip Go numbers were, that the one that I'm going to show you isn't on it. And I've had one of those days today. So I've had a shower, I'm in my pajamas, and yes, I did pour myself a glass of wine. So if this offends anyone, I apologise now. But it's one of those days where I just need a glass of wine. So if you see me sipping, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just enjoying the moment. It's been a day. It's been a day. So yeah, if you see me sipping wine, that's the reason. So the first one I'm going to show you is Rise of the Witches. This is a Heaven and Earth design. It's a story keep, and the artwork is by Lisa Parker. Very, very beautiful. I absolutely love working on this one. This month I did, she says she's closed up her book. Of course you did. So I needed to do 500 stitches for February obviously. But because Delightful Waltz came up twice in, it came up once in January, once in February, what I decided to do is switch them out. So I can sit and do 1,000 stitches in February, if that makes sense. There is method to my madness. So instead of doing 500 stitches on Delightful Waltz and then switching it out for another project, I decided to actually do one of February's in January, and then in February I'll do the 1,000 stitches for Delightful Waltz. So I had to do 506 stitches on this one. No, I had to do 500 stitches on this one. I ended up doing 506. This is where you saw it last month. And obviously everything is attached. Bear with 1 second. Oh my goodness me. Don't you just love magnets? Okay. And this is where we are now. Let me see if I can stick this behind here. Okay. So, as you can see, I actually started working across here. I think pretty much, let me just double check. I've got a feeling that is the end of the project. Now, don't quote me, but I think it is. I think that is the end of that pattern. Let me just have a very quick look in Pattern Keeper. Where are you? Okay, yes. Okay, so I've got something on this. I don't know what I've got on it. So this here is the end of this pattern. So it's just going to come down. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to concentrate on getting it to this level. And then I'm going to do it exactly the same thing again. I'm going to come down, or I guess it would come down this way, and then come down this way and have like another load of this done. So I like working in the steps. I'm kind of doing Royal Rose, but kind of not. I'm just doing, I think, to seeing what, you know, I fancy and what works and things like that. So, but I am going to be coming down here and then working back down here. So, you know, all of these will get filled in. But that's kind of where I am. I'm doing this on 20 count 1/1. And as you can see, the coverage is fantastic on that. This is using CXC threads. I absolutely love it. I'm so in love with this pattern. It's beautiful. So that is the first one. Right, wine. anyone's interested, Pinot Grigio is my go-to. And actually I particularly like the one that they do at Aldi. I think it's like a winking owl or something, but it's really nice, and it's $3.45 a bottle, so I'm there. Okay, so that is my first one that I wanted to show you. The second one I want to show you is, and I feel like I've achieved quite a lot on this one. This is a Long Dog sampler. It's called Resistance is Futile. I am doing this on 28 count 2/2, and I'm doing it in the colourway 917, which is a real nice, beautiful hot pink. And I'm doing this on a 28 count 2/2 fabric. And I think it's coming out all right, you know. It is looking really smart. So, this is where you saw it last time. And this is where we are now. So, yes, I do know I've still got a little bit to do there, but I pretty much finished the rest of this. I did this band here, and I've done this bit here. Now, oh, and I think I just did these down here. 1 and 2. I did 2,192 stitches, and I am at 53.80%. Rise of the Witches, I'm at 11.12. So 53 point, so I'm past the halfway point on this, which is amazing. Now, is this going to be a finish this year? Probably not. However, it's definitely going to be a finish next year, 100%. I am praying that it is, because there is a project that I really want to bring in. Obviously, the other thing that I didn't do this month is I didn't manage to do the full coverage fanatics. Now, I do fully appreciate that full coverage fanatics are no longer doing the colour, stitch by colour, or whatever it's called. So I've pallied up with someone else, and we are choosing our colours. So the January month was red, and I will show you in a second that I've actually pushed that over to next month. So I'm going to be doing that next month. I only have to do 500 stitches, and I'll show you what I'll be doing that when I do my plans, and I'll show you. So and I've suddenly got a banging headache. It's just been a crazy day today. The next one I am going to show you is, okay, where are you? Okay, this one, I love this one. It's really pretty. Haven't worked on this one for a while. This is called Enchanted Snowman. Again, it's a Heaven and Earth design. The artwork is by Donna Gelsinger, and you've got to love her. I absolutely love all of her artwork. I'm stitching this on 20 count 1/1. Again, CXC thread, because I love it. CXC is the way to go. The coverage is amazing. I just love working. I just love working with the thread. It's just so easy. It doesn't knot. It doesn't break. It's just lovely. Okie dokie. So I worked on this, I think for a day. I smashed out 500 stitches in one day. So I did 505 stitches. I was supposed to do 500 stitches. I'm at 6.75% on this one. This is where you saw it last time. And this is where we are now. So again, I'm still trying to fill in a few of the blanks. We're getting there, but I'm on this row now. So yeah, we're just coming down the rows. That's how I seem to be doing this one. All of my projects have a different way of me navigating them and stitching them. 20 count 1/1, look at that coverage. Amazing. Now that is with a banging big light in front of it, and that is proper close up as well. Ordinarily you wouldn't be that close to this project. You'd be a lot further away. I mean, Oh, it's lovely. Look at how beautiful those stitches sit next to each other. I love the process of stitching 20 count 1/1 with CXC. I love how the stitches sit next to each other. I love how they look. They look so neat. They look organised. Oh, just lovely. So, yes, that is my 20 count 1/1 Enchanted Snowman. And I fell in love again with this one. You know, I kind of had a little bit of a, I don't know, our relationship broke a little bit. I've got cat hair in it. And you know what? I think I've stitched that cat hair into it, because that ain't coming out. Anyone else done that? Stitched their cat into their projects? I think that's like a common theory right now, isn't it? Like a lot of people doing that. Okay, so you can go as well. Right, the next one is, oh, I love this one. So on this one, I literally smashed out 1,000 stitches. But because I've been so busy, it's taken me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. 7 days to smash out 1,000 stitches on this. Purely because some days I was doing 79 stitches, sometimes I was doing 45 stitches. Other days I would do like 260 stitches. So it's just, you know, I'm just trying to fit it in, you know. So the next one I'm going to show you is this beautiful project called Yellow Dahlias, and this is by Carol Cavalaris. This one is also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Is there a common theme coming on around here? I do love a bit of Heaven and Earth Designs. It's absolutely stunning. This one is going into my office because it's beautiful. Again, I am stitching this on 20 count 1/1. 20 count 1/1 is my go-to for colours. Sorry, for stitch counts, as you can tell. So I did 1,116 stitches, 1,016 stitches, sorry, and I'm at 1.18%. I mean, I feel like I've done a lot, and I feel like there's a lot on here, but 1.18%, I'm not even touching the sides. This has got a long way to go. So this is where you saw it last time. And this is where I am now. So 20 count 1/1, look how beautiful those stitches are. Absolutely stunning. I was just, you know, grabbing a colour that there seemed to be a lot of that colour, and I was just going for it because I needed to get my stitch count up, and relatively quickly, because I was failing miserably with doing that. So this has kind of gone a bit array, a bit random. But you know, once I fill in all these gaps and they go, and I fill in these gaps, then I can start getting some neatness out of this. Again, when it gets called for next time, I've got a feeling that my whip go board, I've got these down as 1,000 stitches anyway. And you know what? I can easily smash out 500 stitches in one day. I just need to be focused. I just need my phone to stop ringing. I just need, it's either ringing or there's a notification from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, email, YouTube. Like, it is constant. I watch things like, what was I, oh, so I'm watching Call the Midwife. So I've gone back to that. Before I watched this, I was watching Outlander. And yes, I know it's the 1700s, darling, but I'm telling you now, all I could think of is, oh my goodness, how easy is their life without a mobile phone? Now, I know mobile phones are needed. I have to have a mobile phone. I have to have Instagram for my business. I have to have Facebook for my business. I have to have email for my business. I've got 5 different email accounts. I've got my Saddlery side, I've got the Turmeric side, I've got my HV Equine side, I've got my Hotmail, you know, my personal email. So I have constantly got like bing, bing, bing. And at night I have to put my phone on silent because I'm dealing with 2 time zones. So I'm dealing with the US time zone that I'm in, and then all of my friends are 5 hours in front. So at like 3 o'clock in the morning, they're all getting up, and they might post on something that I'd, you know, posted the night before when they were asleep. And now they're all commenting and, you know, liking and things like that. So my phone is constantly going beep, 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 like through the night. So now my phone goes on silent. But yeah, so phones are stressful. And I have never felt so stressed in my life than my phone going off constantly. And I'm always checking it because I never know if it's a client. I never know if it's an old client, a prospective new client. So I've got to be on it. I've got to be checking it all the time. And I'm finding that it's taking up a hell of a lot of my time. So that is where I struggle a lot of the time with sitting down and doing stitching. I've also got, you know, all of my website to maintain. I've got, you know, people to speak to, you know, I've got to advertise, and I'm answering people who are asking me questions about advertisements and things. So my life is my phone, and I absolutely hate it. It's just, oh, to be in that time when there was no mobile phones. It must have been a beautiful time to exist. Only downfall is that if anyone ever goes off anyone, you can never contact anyone. I mean, that is like, you know, the great thing now, that you're never going to be out of contact with someone that has gone off to war or, you know, whatever. But yeah, so stressful, so stressful. So the next one I'm going to show you is a Stitch in Time ornament. Now this one is a little bit of a, I didn't quite reach my stitch count on this one. So my lovely friends Call the Midwife, I am going to be watching whilst drinking wine, whilst I make a chili con carne, because I've got some meat that is defrosting at the moment. And I'm going to make a lovely chili con carne tonight, feeling like some real good wholesome food. And I make the most banging chili con carne. I don't know, my door's open. So my door's open, but my fly screen's closed, so my cats can't go out, and all I can hear is coyotes. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're really loud. I digress. Well, that's a dog, but I did hear coyotes earlier. So a Stitch in Time, again, Heaven and Earth design. This is a quick stitch, not going very quickly for me though. Artwork is by Amy Stewart. We all know Amy Stewart. We all love her. I am stitching this one on 18 count 2/1 because I wanted the project to be a little bit bigger, and once upon a time 18 count was my go-to and I loved it. Now I do love it. In hindsight, I wish that the Enchanted Snowman was on 18 counts and this was on 20 count, but they're not computers. You can't just change things. Oh, hello. Who have we got here? Garfield's come say hello. He's looking out the window. Garfield, you can't go out there, sweetheart. He's just sat looking out the door. So I did 369 stitches. I'm at 18.41% now. I've got a deficit of 131 stitches, which I will be doing tonight. And then tomorrow I will be going straight onto a Delightful Waltz and smashing out 1,000 stitches for that. 18 count 2/1 is what I'm doing this on. This is where you saw it last time. Garfield, you okay? You right? And this is where we are now. So I have filled in some of the rogue stitches, which is fantastic. I'm started to bring this down and across. And yeah, you can see this is taking shape. It's looking really lovely. Really, really beautiful. And it's not until I see it actually on camera that I think how beautiful this project is. Now I know that it is 18 count 2/1. However, I love the size of this. The size is great. It really, really is great. I've got some stitches here to do. Fill in here, and then I'm just bringing it across, and I'm just going to bring it across here, and then I'm going to go down again and then bring it across. And I think with this one I am probably doing more of a Royal Rose method, although it's a little bit discombobulated. It's a Royal Rose / Holly Vernon. That's kind of what I'm going for. So yeah, really happy with that one. Really, really beautiful. It's just stunning, isn't it? Isn't that just beautiful? I think so. Otherwise I wouldn't be stitching it. Okay, so that is that one. Garfield's just sat there at the door wanting to go out, but he can't go out. Okay, so, all right, where's my pen? Normally my pen is in my hair. Here we are. So we've done Yellow Dahlias, we've done Resistance is Futile, we've done Enchanted Snowman, Rise of the Witches is Stitching Time. So the last one is a bookshelf that I worked on. Garfield, you okay, baby? You all right, sweetheart? You're very quiet today. Why are you so quiet? He's really noisy when he hasn't been fed, but when he's been fed, he's as quiet as a mouse. Okay, so the next one I worked on is this one, Bookshelf. This is by New Dream Stitch. I am stitching this one on 18 count 2/1. I did 2,036 stitches. I needed to do 2,000 stitches. I'm at 71%, 71.03%. So we're getting there with this one, people. We're getting there. Beautiful this is. I love it. I don't know if I'm going to be lucky enough, but I would love to have a library in my new house. Now, it may be an office come stitch room come library. We'll see. We'll see if I'm allowed, if I can put in another room somewhere. We may be able to squeeze one in. However, I would love to be able to put this up as artwork in my library and have all these beautiful books on display. I am collecting them. So, right, this is where you saw it last time. And this is where we are now. Look at this baby. Isn't this coming along? So I think I worked in this bit here. I worked on this book here. I worked on this bit here. And I think I worked on some of this. So we are getting there with this one. It's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. 18 count 2/1. 71%. I've only got another 30% to do. Not even that, 29%. 29% is all I need to do. And a lot of this is block stitching, which is fab. So it doesn't take long. This one is a bit orcs, and so is this one. As you can see, this one is a bit kind of all over the place. So yeah, and then I've just got to do the back stitching to put all the titles on, because these books are a bit useless if they're not named. But yeah, so that is my bookshelf. Another one I'm absolutely loving doing. So that is everything for this month that I stitched on. So let's talk about plans. So for my book is the wrong way around. So for the month of February, the numbers were, what were the numbers that were called? Oh, dearie me. Got it here somewhere. 3 and 24. 3 and 24. So whip go boards. Number 3 is Story Keep Paris. And Story Keep Paris, and 24, which is Rise of the Witches, which I've crossed out because I've already done it. So Story Keep Paris, I need to do 500 stitches on this one. Ta-la! 500 stitches on this one. This is a Heaven and Earth design. Artwork is by Amy Stewart. It's called Life is an Open Book Paris. That's really pretty. That'll be really nice when it's done. So I've got to do 500 stitches on that one. Story Keep Rise of the Witches is already done, so that's fine. I have got to do Delightful Waltz. Okay, so why has that come up on? Hang on. Oh, maybe I'm having a moment. So 3. Maybe I don't have to do 500 stitches. Or maybe I don't have to do 1,000 stitches on Delightful Waltz. So 3 and 24 is Delightful Waltz 500 stitches and Pink Peonies 500 stitches. So where did I get 1,000 stitches from on Delightful Waltz? Oh, hang on, was it last month? It might have been one that I didn't do last month. One sec. So last month was 9 and 22. 9 and 22, 9 and... No. Oh, yes, here we go. That's why. Number 22 I haven't done. Delightful Waltz, 500 stitches. That's why I need to do 1,000 stitches next month, because that does my whip go for January, and then it does the whip go for February as well. So this is an artisy project. This is the large version. I'm stitching this on 20 count 1 over 1. And it's looking beautiful. So I need to do 1,000 stitches on that one, which tonight I'm going to finish off a stitch in time ornament, and then tomorrow, hopefully I can get a good amount of stitching on Delightful Waltz. We'll see. And then the other one is Pink Peonies, my favourites. Beautiful, beautiful. I just love those pinks. They are my favourite colour pinks. The light pinks, you know, the dusky pinks. This is one that I charted myself through Threadbare. And then I was able to get that onto Pattern Keeper, finally. It was a bit of a thing at the beginning. For some reason, I found it really difficult to get it onto Pattern Keeper. It wasn't pulling through the whole entire pattern. It was only pulling through like 90% of the colours, which was a nightmare. The next one I'm going to be working on, which was supposed to be for this month, is Blue Rhapsody. So this one I'm doing with 2 different colours, and so I'll be working on this one. Just need to do a day on this because it's not on Pattern Keeper and it's actually in its own form. I don't know how many stitches I've done. I don't know what the percentage is. So I've just said do a day's work on this and that should cover me. You alright, sweetheart? What's the matter? Garfield? What's the matter? Why are you acting like you're lost? Yeah, I know. I don't really know why you're acting like you're lost, sweetheart. Hey? Well, come on then. Silly one. Silly boy. Right, the next thing that I need to work on, which was my full coverage fanatics for last month, and I didn't do last month, is this one here. This is Donna Gelsinger, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I need to smash out 500 stitches on this, and given that a lot of this is monocolour at the top at the moment, that will be really easy to do. I can smash out 500 stitches on that one pretty easily. So that would be fine. Won't it, Garfield? Yeah? Do you agree? Yeah, I thought so. Yes. Are you going to come say hello? Come on in. Come on in. Just don't pull yourself up with your claws, please. Come on in. Come on. Jump. Come on, you're a cat. Sort it out, man. Sort it out. Right, the next one. Come here. Do you want to say hello? Garfield, come here. He is just the most delightful cat ever in the world. Come on. This is the one that I rescued. Not rescued, but come here. Come here. Oh, so this is Garfield, and he is a very big cat, aren't you? And I adopted him, and he is just the most beautiful cat in the world, aren't you? He's very snuggly. He's very attentive. He comes under the covers at bedtime, don't you? Yeah. And he is just one big snuggle bum. He's just gorgeous. His coat is so soft. And you're a snuggle monster, aren't you? Aren't you? Yeah, you are beautiful, aren't you? He's just such a delight to have around. He's such a delight. Unless it's dinner time, and then he's a walking nightmare, aren't you? And then he runs around and acts like he's being starved, don't you? Okay, so the next one I need to work on is it came up on this month's Whip Go, which is 1 down, 3 across. Now this is the one that I'm doing. I have, what's the word? Dyed my own fabric for this one. Now I haven't got it with me, but it's a long dog sampler. This one here. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's actually quite a festive one. So I'm doing this in a monochromatic colour. And I'm doing it on a really, really beautiful colour fabric that I dyed myself, like a very deep aubergine colour with like a silver thread. So this is another one I'm going to be working on. I need to do 500 stitches on this one. Yeah, 500. And the last one that is on my Whip Go is let's have a look. I think it's Grey Face 2. Grace Face 2. Where are we? Yeah, 24. Is this one here. So this is a Heaven and Earth Designs. It is a Josephine Wall project. I am very, very close to finish on this. I think I'm like either 80, late 80s, early 90% on this one. So I think I've worked out how many stitches I need to do in full in order to get this completed. And I only need to do 338 stitches on this one. So that's great. That's great. So that will be a finish this year, which is really exciting, won't it? Yes. So can I have my hand back, please, sweetheart? Thank you. So that's that one. And then the last, but by all means not least, is my Full Coverage Fanatics, which we decided was going to be purple this month. And I get to bring this one out, and I'm really excited because I absolutely love it. This is a Donna Gelsinger, of course it is. It's a Heaven and Earth design. Yes, I know it's not very Halloweeny at the moment, but who needs to be in the season to be able to stitch for that season? We don't all need to be there, do we? All Hallows Eve. So this is lovely because there is quite a lot of block colour on that one, and I think I've got myself down for 500 stitches on that one. So that won't take long either. I can smash that out in one night. So that is my Whip Go, and that is my Full Coverage Fanatics. So that's pretty much the end of stitching. Now, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on, shall we? So, my arena is finished. That's really exciting. Being able to ride in my brand new arena felt amazing. And it's mine. It's just amazing that I have my own arena. I can't believe it. It's just something that people just dream of. And I'm so thankful to my dad who is making my dream a reality. I'm just so thankful for him. He's just the best. I've also launched my turmeric business. So it's a horse supplement, and I think you've seen a picture, but I'll pop a picture in here and here, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I've launched a turmeric supplement for horses. It's a feed supplement. It's only got turmeric and black pepper, and it's great for digestion. It's great for the immune system. It's a fantastic anti-inflammatory. It helps with free radicals because it's got not antibodies, what's the word? Oh my goodness, there is a word for it. Why can't I think of it? Antioxidants. that helps with free radicals at cellular level. So basically when your cells die, instead of them just going around your body and just, you know, being there, antioxidants actually get rid of all of the debris from your old cells. They help rejuvenate new cells. It also has omega-3 and fatty acids. So it's an all-round fantastic supplement. And actually I have a lot of people that not only buy it for their horse, but they take turmeric and they buy it for themselves as well, because it's human. It is a human grade. So it is fine for human consumption as well. And people have said that it's a lot cheaper buying it from me than it is getting it from the grocery store. So, you know, it is what it is. On Wednesday this week, I went to a feed store, one of the biggest feed stores in this area actually, and they have over 12,000 customers. And I had a really, really great conversation with the manager, not the manager, she's the owner. So she's a manager owner, and she would be delighted to take on my turmeric. So she's taken 6 small ones, 6 large ones, so 5-pound tubs and 0.95 pound tubs on consignment. She's taken a 12% commission. So whatever she sells, she gives me the price. They're $45 each for the large one and $10 for the small one. So she will give me the $45 less 12%, and she'll take the 12%. And she's got a newsletter coming out, so I just need to put a little bit of blurb together with regards to how good my supplement is and how good it is for the horse and how good it is for the body. And that will come out on her next newsletter to all of her customers. She's putting it on her website, and she's emailing it to all of her customers as well. So that's really exciting. I've also been in talks with a lady down in Wellington, and my dad's coming over, I'm hoping like after the first week of March, and he'll be able to look after my fur babies and spend some time with me, and I'll be able to go down to Wellington for a week and speak to her and speak to some other people. There's another lady that I have been speaking to. She is a fellow Brit, so both of them are Brits. So Lucien Bellissimo is a Grand Prix eventer, just phenomenal, like up there with who she knows, what she knows. She just knows anything, anyone and everyone. She's involved with eventing, dressage, polo. I mean, there's no one that she doesn't know. So she's a really good person to have on my side. Also, the other lady I spoke to is her groom, and has been her groom, or was her groom, but is now an equine sports massage therapist like myself in Wellington, and she's worked with Lucien for 25 plus years. So she's also a fantastic person to get to know. She's going to show me, you know, all of the barns around. You know, she'll take me to like her clients. She'll introduce me to feed stores, and hopefully we'll be able to roll this out. On top of that, one of my very good, I would say she's like a really, you know, I wouldn't say I'm a friend of hers, but acquaintance, that someone who is the manager of Tractor Supply just down the road from me in Covington. She is having a sales meeting, I think next week, and she's going to speak to them about how to get my turmeric into their store, which is fantastic. This is Tractor Supply. They have over 7,000 stores nationwide, the whole of America. My website is now up and going, so you can go on to hvequine.com, www.hvequine.com. You can buy the turmeric, you can have a look at the sports massage therapy page. All the other pages at the moment with regards to the boarding and therapy and rehabilitation, they're all a work in progress. So there isn't anything up for them at the moment, but you'll be able to check out my website anyway. What else? I'm in contact with a person who is the manager of the Georgia International Horse Park, and when they have got events going on, I'm going to go down there with my turmeric, and I'm going to, you know, speak to people and be face to face with people that are competing or watching. I have also put my name down for the stock market, which is Marilyn, the lady I just told you about, who is the owner of the stock market country store. In 2 weeks' time, they have a huge thing going on where they've got a lot of people coming in and showcasing what they're selling, and I've got an area of the store that I can speak to people. They'll have a lot of people coming through this door. They'll have a lot of footfall. So I've got my business cards. I just need to get my leaflets done. So that's something else I need to do, get my brochures done and printed. So that's going to be done sort of first thing Monday, really, to get them done and out the door and printed and sent to me, so I can give some people some information on the turmeric. So yeah, things are looking up. It's going to be slow. It's not something that is going to be, you know, it's not going to make me a multimillionaire, but that's not the reason I did it. The reason I did it is because I want to be able to bring something to the table that is going to help people's horses and that is going to be affordable. I had a look at what turmeric supplements costing out here, and it's $97 for a tub, and I don't even know if that is a £5 tub, and even if it is, it will be like half a tub's worth, because that seems to be like the thing out here. So yes, it's going to be a slow progress, but I am learning social media. I'm learning how to integrate Instagram, do reels, Facebook. I've got a business page for my Facebook. I'm learning how to integrate everything from a social media perspective. I'm getting better on the media aspect of it, the advertising aspect of it, the developing my business. I've also got Canva. So I've subscribed to Canva, which is like a really, really good, I guess it's, you know, you can put together presentations and Instagram posts and things like that. It's almost like PowerPoint on steroids, I guess. So that's really good. And I'm learning so much about Instagram, about how to edit videos and you know, reels and things like that. So that's really exciting. It's just something that I've never had to do before. Today, however, I was just going to sit down and do a Stitch in Time ornament and get the 131 stitches done on that, when I got a call from a gentleman who is in Madison, which is about, well, I think it took about 50 minutes to get there. He's a multi-millionaire, and he has got Frisian stallions, and these Frisian stallions are absolutely stunning. He read about me somewhere, I'm not too sure where he read about me. But he phoned me today and he was like, I want you to work on my stallion. I've just brought this stallion over. He's called Eise, E-I-S-E 493, I believe. And he is one, if not the only, the top Frisian stallion in the world. So I rocked up at this barn, and it's a beautiful barn that he's just re-renovating, and he's just recently bought it within I think the last month or two. And I am in front of these stallions that are generally, stallions are known to be bolshy, a little bit rude, a little bit not aggressive, but just they're full of testosterone. They're big, weighty animals. I mean, their muscular system is just humongous, and I think the reason why they seem to be a little bit kind of, you know, or you got to be careful of stallions, is because, you know, if they were to bite you, they've got a serious bite, and there's a lot of body behind them. This stallion was the most impeccably behaved stallion I think I've ever known in my life. Now, I didn't just work on him. As I was working on him, another gentleman came to me and said, can you work on mine? Have you got time to work on mine? So I did a beautiful buckskin stallion as well as this Frisian stallion. And it was a, you know, a kind of, can you come and see me today? So I went out there, it took 50 minutes to get there, 50 minutes to get back. I was there for a good couple of hours. And he bought my turmeric. So the owner of that yard, the owner of the stallion, bought my turmeric. So he's going to be feeding it to his stallions, which is exciting. And so yeah, that was just brilliant. But now my arms and my hands feel like they're about to fall off, because I mean, I can't even begin to describe to you the muscular skeletal system of a horse in general is a 1,000 times more dense, is thicker, bigger. You know, they're such strong animals. So if you take a human and, you know, you do a deep tissue massage on a human, generally, if you're using a little bit of strength, you're going to hurt that person. Take the strength that I then have to put into a horse over a human, and then times it by 100. And that's the strength that I need to be able to put into a stallion, because their muscles are pretty much on steroids. I mean, they have got a seriously heavy musculoskeletal system. The testosterone makes up for a lot of that for obvious reasons. But wow, did I get a workout today? Hence the wine, because it's been a day. So I managed to come back about, what time did I get back? It must have been like 3:30, and then I had a meeting with Lucienne at 4. Then I did my horses, I had a shower, came back, got my cats fed, because I wasn't going to get any of the video done if they hadn't been fed. And then I decided to get my video done tonight, because I know that if I didn't do it tonight, then it would never be done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the heating on because it has got a little bit chilly. It's been the most beautiful day today. It's beautiful sunshine, 21 degrees. It's the end of January, the beginning of February, people. Like, this doesn't happen in England. Today was beautiful, just a beautiful sun. Oh, it was just stunning. So I'm going to close up my door. I'm going to get my beautiful heater on because it's just stunning. And I'm going to make a chili con carne. I'm going to pour myself another glass of wine. And then I'm going to sit down whilst my chili's cooking. And I'm watching Call the Midwives because I love it. If anyone hasn't seen it, you need to watch it. You haven't lived, literally, until you've watched it. It's just the most beautiful programme ever. But, you know, go in with some tissues because every single episode seems to make me cry. But in a good way. And I'm going to get the rest of my stitching done for the stitching time. I'm going to get that finished. And then tomorrow I am going to work on Delightful Waltz, and I've got to do 1,000 stitches for that. And then the rest of the month, hopefully, will go a little bit calmer. I've finally got myself another immigration lawyer who is costing me a fortune. She's $7,000. $7,000 to get my E2 visa. I totally appreciate where all these people come over illegally, because I'm not being funny, but doing the whole immigration thing legally is a massive nightmare. Really is. Not only have you got to invest a huge amount of money, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, you have to have like documentation like you would not believe. I mean, I can understand that they're a lot of money because generally it's like a 500 to 700 page document that they put together to go with my application, and that includes all of my documentation with regards to, I need to prove the fundage that I put in. I need to you know, go through like what I've done so far, what I've invested in, where that money's come from a money laundering perspective. So I have to include all of my bank statements, all of my dad's bank statements, because he's been sending me the money. So I have to prove that it's come from a reputable source and it hasn't been from an offshore bank or an offshore company somewhere. I have to have proof of like my business licenses. I have to have proof of all my insurances, my contracts. They want tax returns, payroll information for, I've got a staff member and me. They want a payroll, the end of quarter payroll taxes. They want a profit and loss account. They want a balance sheet. So everything that I've done, that I've gone through sort of, you know, the system. They need proof of all of my clients from a sports massage therapy perspective. And then I have to submit about 150 to 200 page business plan. Yeah. So it's a lot. Yeah. With all my proof of, you know, previous visas, I have to submit, you know, copy of my passport and all of that jazz. So yeah, it's a lot. So I totally appreciate that the 7,000 is well spent. However, it's a lot of money, and especially when I'm trying to put a barn in, which is going to probably cost the best part of $100,000. Every single penny, really, I need to put that in. So yeah, that wasn't great news when I got her bill, but it is what it is. It's what I got to do. You know, my life is out here. This is where I want to spend my time. This is where I want to be, and I want to do it completely legally. And so that's what you have to do, isn't it? I mean, it's just what you have to do. So in a nutshell, that is me. That's my stitching, that's my haul, and that's basically what I've been doing for the last month. And you know, that's kind of where we are. So thank you so much for coming back to join me on my journey. It is a journey from a personal perspective, you know, with regards to my stitching journey, and also my business journey. And I appreciate each and every one of you that comes back and you know, watches my videos. I appreciate all your comments. I do my best to come back to you. If you haven't ever received a comment back from me, just send me another comment. Go, oi lady, you haven't responded to me, and I will respond straight back to you. I do try and go through all of my comments to make sure that there's like a you replied, you replied, you replied. But if I haven't, I have genuinely just missed it. I'm not being rude, I promise. So this is just less than an hour, and I'm going to leave it just less than an hour, and I'm going to call off now. I'm going to bid you a lovely evening. I don't know what time of the day you're watching this, but hopefully this will be live tomorrow, which will be the 3rd or 4th. So I might have to do some editing tomorrow and then upload it overnight. So it might get to you by the 4th. I know it's late. I'm so sorry. It's just been a crazy couple of days and I just have not been able to fit in the video. I am very well aware that I haven't done my whip parade yet, and that is on the horizon as well. I do need to get that done, and I will, I promise you. But it's just been a time thing. It's just, that is a long video and it's a lot of work. It's bringing out all of my projects and it's just long, and the editing side of it is very long as well. So I really need to have some time to be able to do that. So it is on my radar. I promise you I've not forgotten. But anyway, I'm going to leave you there. Have a lovely rest of the day or the evening, whatever time of day you're watching this, and enjoy your stitching. And I will see you in, put my teeth back in. I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.